Turkey is a country located in the Middle East and Europe, with a population of over 80 million people. It has a mixed economy that is heavily reliant on exports and has a strong manufacturing sector. In the past, Turkey has experienced strong economic growth and has made significant progress in reducing poverty and improving living standards. Turkey has historically struggled with high inflation, which has been a challenge for the economy. Inflation in Turkey reached a peak of more than 80% in the early 1990s, and although it had come down significantly since then, it has now reached similar levels. In recent years, Turkey has faced a number of economic challenges that have contributed to rising inflation. These include an increase in the money supply, a depreciation of the Turkish lira, and an increase in the cost of production. The Turkish central bank has implemented a number of monetary policy measures in an effort to bring down inflation, including raising interest rates. Inflation can have a number of negative impacts on the economy, as I mentioned earlier. It can lead to reduced purchasing power for consumers, make it difficult for businesses to plan for the future, and make it harder for people to borrow money. It can also make Turkish exports less competitive on the global market. Managing inflation is a key challenge for the Turkish central bank and for policymakers. Inflation targeting has been adopted as the main framework for monetary policy in Turkey, and the central bank has a target of 5% inflation for the medium term. However, the central bank has faced difficulties in meeting this target in recent years due to a variety of factors. The Turkish lira has experienced significant depreciation in recent years, and this has had a number of impacts on the economy. There are a number of factors that can contribute to the depreciation of a currency, including the relative strength of the economy, changes in interest rates, and political stability. In the case of the Turkish lira, a number of these factors have been at play. One factor that has contributed to the depreciation of the lira is the high level of inflation in Turkey. As mentioned earlier, high inflation can lead to a loss of confidence in a currency, as people may be less likely to hold on to it if they expect its purchasing power to decline. Another factor that has contributed to the depreciation of the lira is the large current account deficit that Turkey has faced in recent years. The current account measures the flow of goods, services, and investments in and out of a country, and a large deficit can indicate that a country is not producing enough goods and services to pay for its imports. This can lead to a loss of confidence in a currency and can contribute to its depreciation. The depreciation of the lira has had a number of impacts on the Turkish economy. It has made Turkish exports more competitive on the global market, but it has also led to higher prices for imported goods and has made it more expensive for businesses to borrow money. These factors can be challenging for the economy overall. Political instability can have a number of negative impacts on an economy. It can create uncertainty, which can make businesses and consumers less likely to make investments or spend money. This can lead to slower economic growth and can make it more difficult for an economy to recover from challenges such as a recession. In the case of Turkey, the economy has faced a number of political challenges in recent years, including changes in government, civil unrest, and tensions with other countries. These challenges have created uncertainty and have likely had a negative impact on the economy. For example, political instability can lead to changes in government policies, which can make it difficult for businesses to plan for the future. It can also lead to reduced investment, as investors may be hesitant to put their money into an uncertain environment. Not to mention that, until very recently, the Turkish President Erdogan refused to raise interest rates, going against all economic advice. Turkey is also a country located at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, and as such, it faces a number of geopolitical challenges which have been harming its economy. Turkey has a number of neighboring countries with which it has had strained relations at various points in time. These include countries in the Middle East and Europe. Turkey and Greece have a long and complex history, and there have been a number of disputes between the two countries over the years. These have included disputes over territory, such as the island of Cyprus, and over the use of natural resources, such as oil and gas deposits in the Mediterranean Sea. Turkey and Armenia also have a difficult relationship due to the Armenian genocide, which took place during the Ottoman Empire. There is still tension between the two countries over this issue, and the border between them remains closed. Another country Turkey has had strained relations with is Syria. The two countries have been on opposite sides of the Syrian civil war. Turkey has supported rebels fighting against the Syrian government, while Syria has been backed by Russia and Iran. Finally, Turkey has a complex relationship with Iraq, as the two countries share a long border and have a history of cooperation. However, Turkey has faced criticism for its military operations in northern Iraq, which have been aimed at fighting Kurdish separatists. Another factor is Turkey's long-troubled relationship with the European Union. Turkey has historically been a candidate for membership in the European Union, but its bid has faced a number of challenges. Turkey applied for membership in the European Economic Community, a precursor to the European Union, in 1987. Negotiations for membership began in 2005, but progress has been slow, and a number of issues have been identified as areas of concern. One major issue that has been raised in the context of Turkey's membership bid is the country's human rights record. The European Union has expressed concern about the state of human rights in Turkey, including freedom of expression and the rule of law. Another issue that has been raised is Turkey's democratic credentials. The European Union has expressed concern about the concentration of power in the hands of the president and about the independence of the judiciary in Turkey. Finally, there are also economic and political considerations that have been raised in the context of Turkey's membership bid. Some European Union member states have expressed concern about the potential impact of Turkish membership on the European Union's budget and on the Union's internal cohesion. Overall, Turkey's bid for European Union membership has faced a number of challenges, and it remains uncertain whether the country will eventually become a member of the Union. Turkey is also a transit point for migrants and refugees attempting to reach Europe, and this has been a source of tension with some European countries. In recent years, the number of migrants and refugees coming to Turkey has increased significantly, and many of these individuals have been attempting to reach Europe. This has been a source of tension with some European countries, as these countries have struggled to cope with the influx of migrants and refugees. There have been a number of agreements between Turkey and the European Union to try to address this issue, including the 2016 European Union-Turkey Statement, which aimed to reduce the number of irregular migrants crossing from Turkey to Greece. The issue of migration has been a complex and controversial one for Turkey, and it has been a challenge for the country to find a way to balance its humanitarian obligations with the need to protect its own interests. Turkey has also faced a number of terrorist attacks in recent years, and it is located in a region that is prone to political instability and conflict. This can create challenges for the country in terms of its domestic security and its relations with other countries. Terrorist attacks in Turkey have been carried out by a variety of groups, including the Islamic State, ISIS, the Kurdistan Workers' Party, and far-left and far-right organizations. These attacks have targeted a variety of targets, including government buildings, tourist sites, and places of worship. Terrorism is a significant concern for Turkey, as it can have a number of negative impacts on the country. It can lead to loss of life and injury, and it can damage the country's reputation as a tourist destination, which is especially damaging as tourism makes a large proportion of the nation's economy. Terrorism can also create tension between different groups within the country and can lead to increased security measures, which can have an impact on civil liberties. Although it is worth noting that Turkey has taken a number of steps to address the threat of terrorism, including increasing its military and police presence in certain areas and strengthening its intelligence capabilities. The country has also worked with international partners to combat terrorism, both within its own borders and abroad. Turkey is also dependent on foreign sources of energy, and this can make it vulnerable to disruptions in the supply of oil and gas. The country is also trying to diversify its energy mix and reduce its reliance on fossil fuels. Turkey is not a major oil-producing country, and it imports most of the oil and gas it consumes. This reliance on imported energy makes the country vulnerable to disruptions in the supply of these resources, which can have an impact on its economy. In recent years, Turkey has been trying to diversify its energy mix and reduce its reliance on fossil fuels. The country has a number of renewable energy resources, including solar, wind, and hydropower, and it has been working to develop these sources of energy. Turkey has also been looking to increase its domestic production of oil and gas. The country has a number of oil and gas fields, and it has been working to increase exploration and production in these areas. Overall, energy security is an important issue for Turkey, and the country is working to find a balance between its need for energy and its desire to reduce its reliance on fossil fuels. In conclusion, the Turkish economy has faced significant challenges in recent years due to a combination of external and internal factors. While the government has taken steps to address these issues, the road to recovery will likely be a long and difficult one. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching Informal Economics, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, goodbye.